Shit, what's this podcast called?
Discourse of Human Events.
The discourse is just crazy.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby.
1, 2, 3. Flashlight!
There we go. I think I just
flashlights on mine.
see. I don't have my Audacity just running for hours at a time.
That model makes it like a gangbang of flashlights because there's mine
A
plus 2
gangbang.
more. Another one of mine. Normally we're just double penetration flashlight.
Yeah. Now we got full on threesome here, foursome.
No, it's not a gang. It's more of an orgy. Because
Does-
flashlight, there's got to be an equal number of holes and, you know.
That's a great question. Is it
Dicks,
5
right?
makes an orgy?
No, no. I think an orgy is when there's an equal number of dicks and, you know, the numbers are semi-equal, right?
Yeah, but that's what I said. Does it start at 5 though?
Of the orgy.
No, I think 3. Even 2.
No, because
It's
3 is a threesome.
No. A threesome is this one guy and 2 girls. So that's 1 dick and 2 girls.
You
Right?
can have 2 girls and a guy and be a threesome.
Yeah, but, okay. I guess that's kind of right.
Then you have a foursome, but
But I
there's no
think as soon as,
fivesome.
no,
Nobody
as
says
soon-
the
I
words
think as soon
fivesome.
as you get 4, I think it's an orgy.
No,
'Cause
that's a
there's guy
foursome.
and a girl and
No.
a guy and a girl.
No. Because that can.
No.
There's multiple things
No.
a 4 could be.
No, I think foursome would be... I think a foursome is only if it's, like, 3 girls and 1 guy. But if it's 3 guys and 1 girl, then it's a gangbang.
I agree with you on that.
Right?
You're right on
See?
that. You
That's
have a
what
point.
makes it... It's when the guys start to outnumber the women by a lot, gangbang.
It has to
When
be
it's
at least
mostly
by
an even match, it's an orgy.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Semantics.
because like a foursome would also, it could just be like a wife swap or something.
Okay.
But
yeah, I guess
once you
so.
mention, if it's 3 guys and a girl, there's nothing else to call that except a gangbang. But
Mhm.
Nick, we're thinking heterosexually here.
Mhm.
I don't think it's called a gangbang unless all the guys are focused on the woman.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, then it would be a foursome.
Hey, see, we're back.
So that's
we're back
kind
to
of the thing.
technicalities.
But that's what I was saying is even though we have 4 between us, right? Or no,
Right.
we had 3. So we had 3 fleshlights, so that's a dick in a hole. And I feel they're evenly matched, right? That's a fleshlight. It's like 3 fleshlights.
Right.
That would be a sixsome, but it's really just an orgy. It's not a gangbang.
All right, so glad we've settled this.
Yeah. It's very important.
I do think that's the best way to describe it, though, is not by hole and penis count, though, for porn. It's intent.
Yeah.
It's all about the intent, the focus.
Mm. Yeah. Because, I mean, the guys also got holes, too. I mean, it's...
Yeah, see? You can't forget about that.
Jesus.
That's your heterocentric mindset.
I know. It is.
All right, so what else is going on?
What else?
Now we settled that.
Orgy news.
You guys settled that?
Yeah.
What other hot topics?
I think Chloe's
in
just
pornography
completely
did we settle?
silent in the background on that one.
Well, yeah, I feel like you guys have such an expertise in those areas. So just let you guys settle.
When does it become a fetish?
That is a good question. When does something become a fetish?
Like, is anal a fetish or is it too common?
I think it can be a fetish, but
You
it's
think?
like if you're just into anal, that's fine. But if, like, you can't even get off unless it's anal, we're leaning more into fetish territory. Are you starting to buy, like, only toys or something that, like, can you only masturbate with, like, a butthole-related item?
So you think it's about the passion in it?
Yes, I think so, right?
I thought it was just the weirdness.
Like, for instance, feet.
Mm-hmm.
That's, like, a really common fetish, right? People say foot
Right.
fetish, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you, like, I don't know, get, like, a foot job, does that mean you have a foot fetish now? No. But if that's, like, what you want 90% of the time, all the time,
Okay.
like, if you want a foot on your penis, that's probably a foot fetish at that point.
Okay. But you can't have a fetish for normal sex, can you?
No, because that's, like, that's
I
the
have a fetish
definition,
for the
right?
missionary position.
Anything outside of the norm is what becomes a fetish. Like, you have a fetish is basically like
That's
a
what I'm saying.
focus,
That's what I think
right?
it's outside the norm is the... Yeah, but I mean, in the sexual terminology.
It's outside the norm, and I
You're
think
devoted to it.
yes, the devotion to it, I think is key.
Mm. Okay, that question's been settled. Chloe, what other things do you want to discuss?
I don't know. What's the news lately?
The fetish news? Well,
Fetishnews.com. Chloe wants to be updated on the fetish
I want to
news.
see if there is something fetish related. Like, I mean, like if Louis C.K. was jacking off again, it'd be like, hey.
What's the craziest fetish? Or are we just going to go back to... Are we devolving into necrophilia too fast?
Yeah.
Let's not go there. We have too many episodes. Really.
What's the craziest fetish that you would actually upload onto Pornhub?
We upload? Oh, like, what's the craziest fetish that would, like, you'd actually legally be allowed to show? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of a crazy fetish. I think most of them are, like, outside the, like, legal bounds, which is what makes them weird, like scat
Really
or something.
crazy. That's not illegal, though, right?
I don't think you'll find it on Pornhub. I don't know. Is it illegal to...
Is it not? I just assumed it was.
I
Like,
haven't been searching, so
like
I'm
you
not
gotta
sure.
be looking for it to find it, because they don't want to show that to a normal user, because otherwise they'll turn it
They
off.
don't want you to type in S and, like, scat comes up.
Yeah.
Autofills.
Like,
Is it
I
like
bet there are a
shadow
lot of
banned
things
on
like
Pornhub?
those where they're like, yeah, I bet there's basically shadow banned fetishes, right?
Yeah, like, you
Because
have
there are
to.
a lot of things you'd be like, yeah, okay, I need eye bleach. I'm not horny anymore.
You think you could, like, still get scat if you tried, though, on Pornhub, or are they just completely, like, it's gone?
I'm not gonna look.
Yeah,
I
I don't
bet you
even
would.
I don't even want to test the theory, but I'm wondering.
Mm.
But that's the problem. All the crazy fetishes, like, go outside so far outside the norm. You don't really come across it ever. Or it's illegal.
I think it's more on the illegal side.
Then I'm sure there's plenty on the illegal side.
I think you mentioned Louis C.K. That is a weird fetish. To, like, want
a
to
weird one.
masturbate in front of somebody.
people.
That's a weird one, right?
Yeah, because it's like, why do they need to be there? Right?
Yeah,
I
like,
don't know. What are they adding to that?
if they're my point is, if they're there, wouldn't you rather have sex with them? But instead,
Yeah.
you're opting, like, you prefer to instead pleasure yourself while they watch. It's definitely like a power move,
Performance?
a performance.
Like, no, but like, you think he's like, after he's done, he's like, what did you think?
All
Well,
right,
give me a rating.
scale 1 to
There
10,
are
baby.
people that would play in something and then watch their own performance.
I was
Like,
thinking
he's a
more of it's
sociopath
like
like
a
that.
power move, like
Mm.
the power of it.
Like, I can make you watch this.
Yeah.
of
Because it was always like somebody he had on the show or something, so like he kind of controlled their career a little bit. That's where I would assume it comes from. Or it could be both. He is a performer, so maybe that leaks into the
Do you think he's
fetish.
getting off when he's on stage? He's got a raging erection the whole time because people are watching him?
What if that's actually his biggest fetish, is to just masturbate in front of the audience?
Mm-hmm.
He'll never have that dream come true. It could be, for all we know. Is there anything weirder than that? That's like outside of like the norm, but like you could find it.
Kind of acceptable. There's just plain flashing, which you don't.
Flashing's weird. Cause what do you do? Like
But
you go
it's around
home
the
and
same thing about you're like, she saw my dick.
you go home and you masturbate to the fact that someone else saw your dick and didn't want to. That's a weird one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not sure.
I get like the other way. You want to see the lady naked, but you want them to see you naked. That's just weird.
Yeah, like haha, you saw my, and it's like you saw my flaccid dick. Like I don't got him.
That's where it's a power thing. It's like you didn't want to see it, but I made you see it.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is why some of those guys in the locker room,
Yeah.
they refuse to walk around with a towel on.
Dude, that's always so weird. When
They're
I worked,
having a day with it.
when I worked at that gym I worked at, we'll say, for just a few months, every now and then I'd go to use the restroom, and there's no employee restroom because, you know, why would they have that?
Yeah.
So you'd have to walk through the locker room to get to the restroom, and every now and then there'd be some old fuck, and it's always old men, just fucking dick and balls hanging out, and they'd be like washing like complete top half. It's like you can put a towel on the bottom while you do other things. It's like I did not need to walk in on that. Also, what other job can you have where that is a high likely probability that you're going to see dick and balls?
Seeing dick and balls.
Like it's like
Basically anything in the health field, right? Health field, you all see all sorts of things.
like a nurse or something like that.
Yeah, everyone's putting holes in.
I guess, you know, when I worked at a grocery store, that was not a problem. I didn't have that issue.
I wasn't gonna. I'm gonna see some of these people's dicks.
Yeah,
I
like,
never thought that.
like those are your customers too. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird to, like,
Yeah.
hey, that's the customer. I've seen his dick. That doesn't really happen in the grocery industry, unless you're a flasher, and then power move. Chloe, what's one of a fetish like that like makes you like uncomfortable? That's really weird to you.
A fetish that make me uncomfortable.
The what?
Like all of them, probably.
What'd she say?
She's thinking.
Oh.
I don't know. Probably the legal one.
The illegal ones, I'm sure.
Well, yeah. I think there's a reason they're illegal. Oh, let's flip it. Is there a legal one that we think is not that crazy?
An illegal one that's not that crazy, or a legal
Yeah.
one?
An illegal one that we think isn't actually that crazy.
No, they're probably pretty spot on with those.
The only one I can think of,
Like,
it's
no rape,
not really a fetish, but
no
when
raping animals,
yeah.
no raping dead corpses. Really, they all probably boil down to some sort of rape, somebody doesn't want this.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I was
Other
thinking
than maybe minors, because minors you might be able, but the parents don't want it. There you go.
right, but that's usually statutory rape still too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, yeah. It's rape.
I was thinking this isn't really a fetish, but the only illegal sexual thing I could think of is like prostitution that should be okay.
I think you can film prostitution though. Like she can pretend to be a whore.
But you can't film real prostitution. I mean, you can.
How can you discern that
Can
it's
you?
real?
That's a good question. Are some of the... If you, like, look up prostitution porn, how do you know it's fake?
You wouldn't be able to tell. That's why I think it's fine.
There's got to be something that's illegal that's, like...
Like, rape porn is legal as long as it's pretend.
No, I don't think they allow that either on, like, most porn sites.
Do they not?
No, because it's...
But I think it's legal, right? You can't
I don't know
be,
if
like-
it is. I don't think you can film, like, rape porn.
No, that's got to be legal.
Why don't you type in rape porn, dog?
No, thank you.
See what happens.
I'm pretty sure you, as long as it's for sure acting.
Hold on, let me Google it in some manner that's not going to get me on lists.
How to make rape porn look like
Can
it's legal.
you film porn depicting rape, but it's acting, dog?
Yeah, but dude, like, Game of Thrones had a rape scene.
Yeah, but I think it's different when you're talking in XXX, right?
Yeah.
Well, arguably, there are some.
Wow, there's a whole Wikipedia article for rape pornography.
in the set.
I'm sorry, what's that?
There are some occasions,
Mhm.
like allegations come out, say like some actors taking advantage in the set.
Mm. Yeah. Hey, baby, let's make it look real.
It looks like it. There are few practical legal restrictions on rape pornography in the United States.
See?
There are things in there though.
But for sure, like, you can't rape somebody. That's just the already law covers that.
Right. It looks like some porn websites do.
Like, ban it.
Yeah, they've just banned it themselves from their website.
Imagine the first day that you got hired at some porn website.
Oh, you
Your
gotta
job.
look through a lot of shit.
Yeah, one of your job is to look through them and flag it.
Dude, that is kind of a crazy. Do you think they have AI tools for that now? Or do you think there's really just a human sitting there like, I
At
gotta
some
watch.
point, there's a human.
I gotta watch 30 seconds of
Even
this.
for AI, you need the training data.
Yeah, you need somebody to go through it to even help the AI. I was talking to somebody at work that most of these porn companies are owned by the same company,
Yeah.
and they have like the blandest, most unassuming name for the actual company, so people can put it on their resume.
Oh yeah,
rather
of
than
course.
like Pornhub.com, they just put that company.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I would expect that. Isn't that was the same for the person we know who worked at what are they called? The like sex toy
Lion's
shops
Den?
in Columbus. Yeah.
The Lion's Den?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
I
have a
didn't know
different
they had
name
a
as
different
well.
name.
Yep.
Hmm.
They have a different name and they don't like list themselves on like their actual buildings, like their HQs don't have like advertisements or anything
Oh.
for that building.
You know the breadbasket building outside Columbus, right?
Yeah,
In Ohio.
yeah, it's right
Yeah.
on the way to Newark. I've driven past
Yeah.
it many times.
Yeah. So you're saying they basically don't have a building that's like that for their
Like a giant
fucking dildo building.
dildo. Could you imagine if more people did the breadbasket building, but for their job?
Oh my god. That'd be pretty cool though.
That would be cool. Like, think like a post office would have like a giant letter or something.
Yeah.
Some
I'm
of
all for
them would
this
be boring.
architecture.
What would be the coolest architecture?
The dildo.
I mean, that would be the funniest. If it was the vagina, you'd drive right through it. Hey,
Oh.
hey, this guy.
Cool ones. Arms manufacturers.
Oh,
like
that would
guns
look
buildings.
sweet, like a giant AK-47 or something.
Mm.
Dude, why aren't buildings always designed this way? That'd be sweet.
It's expensive.
Toxic waste would just be a big shit building.
That's a good one. Trash would actually kind of look cool, like garbage men, if it was like a trash,
Yeah.
like can, like emptying out trash, but with a building.
I like this because so many times I drive behind these bland buildings and I'm like, what do they do here all day? This would tell you.
Right. You'd be like, man, I'm looking for the post office. Oh, never mind. There it is. I see the.
It's a giant letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You can never mistake that.
Nowadays, it's like, which gray building is it? I do feel like our architecture is rather bland. Like, I don't know if it's purposeful or it's just like a natural.
I think it's just economic.
Just like car design has gotten really
Yeah.
boring.
Basically, everyone's landed on this is what you do.
Yeah. It's like we kind of figured out this is the best design. It doesn't have to look pretty. But you go to like you look at buildings in Japan and Dubai, they like still care about architecture and looking cool on top of functional.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there's still buildings like that, but
They're few and far
So
between.
you only
though.
you see the ones that are cool because you don't actually go to Dubai. Right? There are
Right.
probably a lot of fucking boring ass buildings there.
Like think about like Targets and Walmarts and stuff. They're like the same
Yeah,
fucking
there's
building.
cookie cutter shit.
Yeah, and then like that's what kind of is boring when you travel from town to town anymore is you're like, where's the
Yeah,
Target
basically.
complex with all the same 13 shops in it?
Yeah. Every city's basically the same.
Yeah. That's why it's harder to find. You have to go to like downtowns and stuff to find anything useful or ask locals. Whoa, what was that?
I was blowing peanuts off
Can
my.
you mute yourself?
Sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah, you animal.
Have you been hearing me munch on peanuts the whole time?
Yes, a little bit. I don't know what you're munching on, but I can hear it. You're in front of a mic. If you're eating, you're gonna hear it.
Oh well. No one listens to this shit anyway.
Anyways, after we were talking about something else before we randomly got into architecture of buildings.
Something from porn. Mostly porn.
Mostly porn. We're talking about something that should be legal.
Oh,
Or that should
just
be okay.
fetishes that should be.
Fetishes. But that led into something else that was not porn, and I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Pornhub needing to have a giant dildo for a building. Well, anyways,
What else do we have?
moving on. Some old lady died. What's the senator?
Oh yeah, Feinstein.
Yeah. Bro, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
Lady's like 90.
How are you
She's the
gonna be
senator
that
of
old
California.
and not like
Obviously, she wasn't actually doing anything.
give up power though? Like she was taking up
Yeah.
a spot. Like I hate that we can have like 90-year-olds die in office.
This is where, like, at least part of the deep state is true.
Ah,
Because
it's
for
definitely-
sure, she wasn't running shit. It was
Right,
somebody
right.
else running things for her, right?
Yeah.
She was just there to press the button, and she probably didn't even do that.
No, there's
At
no
90
fucking
years
way.
old?
People around here were just yeah. We don't worry, we got this.
Yeah, exactly. She probably didn't even know, like, her name, where she was. At 90 years old, you don't know anything.
Same with that fucking turtle guy.
Oh, Mitch McConnell, yeah, the
Yeah.
turtle guy.
He's
He at
doing.
least, I think, gives speeches, but at one point he, like, paused and just sat there staring.
He's done that twice now.
Jesus.
And the first
Obviously, that guy
time-
should not be running anything.
Right. The first
He
time
probably isn't.
You don't think so?
No, I think they give him a speech and he goes out there and that's about it. I don't think he does anything else. But at least he probably is at least there enough to fire people if he doesn't like what they tell him.
Maybe.
To do.
They could probably show up the next day and he'd forget about it, though.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. I'm betting that guy basically doesn't do anything. Somebody else is running that shit for him.
Yeah, but the first time, I remember a lot of people commenting that they're like nurses, and that's like what it looks like when an elderly person poops their pants.
Probably.
I was like, you know, I didn't think about that, but we probably have a decent amount of senators that have might be wearing diapers.
And we're a serious nation.
Shit, dude, our president might be.
There's a pretty good chance.
Yeah, I will say so.
He's 80s, right? Like, that's about the time when it might start happening. If not just for, like, pee, you know? Like, a little pee might leak out. What if he has special Secret Service underwear, but it's diapers?
Probably. You know, the one thing is, they're supposed to have the nuclear codes, right?
Yeah.
That motherfucker ain't remembering the codes.
Oh, that's a good point. Do we
gotta launch them.
Can we not give that to a vice president, maybe?
What's the number again?
He probably just starts typing in, like, the address he lived at when he was, like, 25, you know? Because they always remember shit from then, right?
Well, hold on, though, Nick. He's the one who has the codes, right?
Yeah.
But somebody has to pass the codes on from president to president.
Uh-huh.
So who else has the nuclear launch codes? Because it ain't just the president.
I don't think
then.
they release it for a reason so that you don't know.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it's clearly not just the president who has them.
Yeah.
And also, by codes, do we mean, like, he probably just has to scan his fucking thumb or something at this point? Like, we have the technology where nuclear codes, quote-unquote, are kind of outdated phrasing.
I have no idea.
By the way, that brings up, I was re-listening to Dan Carlin's podcast with the Japanese in World War II. And I didn't know this, but Truman had no idea about the nuclear bomb until he took office after FDR died.
Oh, really? He didn't even know it existed?
He didn't even know about the whole entire Ultra project.
Man, that's pretty crazy.
Could you imagine the first thing you learn about when you get into office is, oh, by the way, we've been working on this bomb that's going to eliminate an entire city.
Yeah, we can destroy cities now.
Yeah, by the way, we could take this place back to the Stone Age if we wanted to.
Huh.
Well, what do you do?
Crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say, what do you do with that information? It turns out you dropped 2 of them.
Yeah, you go, neat. Or you take out the map of Japan and you go, this one?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Well, it turns out the targets they picked were because they had big military bases there. And so it was, quote-unquote, to reduce the civilian populations that would be affected.
Huh.
But obviously, you can only reduce that so much.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't realize they're also basically firebombing Japan, like, all the fucking time, which had similar amounts of casualties to a nuclear bomb, but took, like...
Yeah, didn't you ever watch the movie Firefly?
Months? Firefly?
Yeah.
The movie Firefly?
Yeah, it's like an anime movie.
No.
It's usually on, like, IMDb's top 250 and, like, all those lists.
Really?
Yeah, it's all about, like, it's from the perspective of, like, a kid in Japan as all that's going on.
Really? Was it good?
Firebombing, yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's
top
good.
250.
Sad. I mean, everyone's fucking dying.
It's not like, yay, this is a great film.
Don't thinking, you're going to go happy in the end.
I don't usually go into World War II movies thinking it's going to be a joyful affair. Yeah.
Well, did you ever watch, what's that other, like, highly rated one? God, what's the name of that movie? It's something about, like, the joy of life or something like that.
The joy of life?
God, what is it? Well, anyways, the parent, like, pretends to the kid that... So they go to a Holocaust camp, and he tries to convince his son that it's all just like a game.
Damn.
Really? Oh, yes. I have not watched that movie, and I didn't realize that's the actual plot.
Life is Beautiful. That's it.
I've just seen the kid in the Holocaust camp poster. So I knew kind of it was about a kid in a Holocaust internment camp. Concentration camp.
Yeah, that's what it's about. He's basically like trying to convince them that it's, like summer camp. So it's kind of a comedy in a fucking Holocaust.
Is it a comedy though?
Yeah, it's silly.
I don't think they're going for joyful.
I mean, in the end, there is like it becomes pretty obvious that they're not.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched it years ago.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't think that gave off vibes like it was any comedy to be had.
Yeah, I said, I don't know. It was a long time ago that I watched it, but.
Well, I'm gonna look up. I bet you it's not classified as comedy.
You think? I don't know. I bet it is.
What did you say it was
Comedy
called?
drama.
Life is Beautiful?
Yeah, it's a comedy drama.
Is that what they have it as? Damn, it did not look like that from the image. Maybe we're thinking of two different ones. Life is Beautiful. Oh, no, this is like a 1997 movie. This is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
This is like an old
beautiful.
movie. That's what you're talking about, though, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, that's not the movie I was thinking about.
One of those happy-go-lucky Holocaust films.
One for the ages, huh? Good God, man. My Google history today is just absurd.
Yeah, to find that...
Because I put Holocaust movies.
Holocaust movie pretend game.
The Boy in the
It came right
Striped
up with
Pants
it.
is what I was thinking of.
What is it? The boy?
The Boy in the Striped Pants. That's what I thought it was.
Pajamas, you mean?
Pajamas, yeah.
It's
Sorry.
2008.
That's what I thought you were talking about, because it's a more recent film, and I just remember seeing the poster of, like,
Oh.
the child. There's, like, two kids. I was like, that didn't look like,
this one.
that didn't come off like it was going to be a comedy when I saw the pictures and stuff. Well, now I'm going to have to watch Life is Beautiful, because I'd never heard of that one.
Hmm.
Yeah, war drama. This one is The Innocent Eyes of Bruno, the 8-year-old son of a commander at the German concentration camp, a forbidden friendship with Jewish boy on the other side of the camp.
That's a little happy.
Yeah, but it's not a comedy. They're not cracking jokes. The one you're talking about sounds like it's a skit.
Yeah.
Almost like an extended
No,
Monty
it's kinda
Python
serious.
sketch.
Like, it's not like silly funny. He's actually trying to pretend.
Okay.
Like in the end, the kid I think obviously figures it out that it's for sure.
It's like, wait a
They're coming
second.
and killing everybody.
I keep seeing people get. How would that work though? Like, weren't they just like murdering people consistently?
Yeah, but they never sit there and shoot them in front of them. Like they just send them to the showers and they never come back.
Are you
He
sure?
says, they were eliminated from the game.
Oh Jesus! Jesus!
Okay.
Some Squid Games shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there should be part 2. Now that the
I
writer's
don't know if I
strike's
want to
over
watch
and
part
everything.
2.
You don't think so? I think
Squid
it'll be
Game?
good.
No,
It has a lot to live up to.
You think you'll watch it?
Mhm.
I think it's one that should have ended on series 1.
I
It's
disagree
just so
with
silly.
that.
Like that was the end. Okay, like the guy that started it died.
Yeah, but they've already said
You had a bet about like human nature and all of that stuff.
right.
Like that's the end. Like why would you ever go back and do it again? It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Shows to watch.
Yeah, they've already said, like, first off, other people are going to go do it, right? Because people don't know about it. Second off, a lot of it's going to be about the starting of it, like origin story
it's a
type
prequel?
stuff. Yeah. I think it's going to
okay.
be a prequel
That's not
combined
so
with
bad.
the other guy trying to stop the whole thing. Like, find the guy, right? Like, stop it. Remember, he, like, goes back.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be those two storylines combined. So, if the writing's as good as the first one, I'm for it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I might watch it, but I would have been happy if it ended there. I thought it was a pretty good series.
Yeah. It also had the pandemic behind it, which made it just blow up twice as much. I feel like there's a lot of people who never would have watched it without that.
There were bookends of the pandemic. Tiger King beginning, Squid Game end.
It really were, though. It's kind of fucking weird when you think about it.
Yeah.
Carol Baskin.
They should do like totally a what do they call it when you have like The Simpsons and the Family
crossover?
Yeah, crossover episodes.
Crossover.
They should totally have a Squid Game Tiger King crossover. We could have that
they
fat
should
guy on the,
get that guy in Squid Games just to like connect it a little bit. Joe.
No, what's the guy, the fat guy that's too cool on the what's the water ski? Not ski.
Oh God, I don't remember. I know who exactly you're talking about though.
Yeah, he.
That would be fucking funny. I could see them hiring the Joe what's his face though, like just as an actor in Squid Games.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like a small, tiny role,
cameo,
just to have that like that COVID crossover.
He should. Is he in prison still?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he? I thought he was maybe let out. What's his real name? Joe something.
I can't think of it. Joe.
No, if I go Kyle King,
Joe. You just put Tiger King Joe, it'll come up.
Tiger King. Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic. That's why could we not think of that? It's a fake freaking last name. So is he out?
I'm looking.
I knew he was trying to get a pardon for Trump, so I didn't think he'd be out, but maybe just enough time has passed. But I doubt it. Not for conspiracy to kill somebody.
Blah blah blah. There's prostate cancer.
He has prostate cancer?
He has cancer, yeah.
Oh, that's probably what
so
we
he's
haven't
in a
heard
federal
much.
medical center, so he's not in like hardcore prison anymore.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
So we might not like hear much about him anymore.
Yeah, apparently he's not very healthy. But then again, you might be heavily incentivized to exaggerate that when you're in prison.
Right. Can you exaggerate cancer though?
Well, it's a lot of other medical conditions he was saying he had. And then eventually he had an aggressive form of cancer.
That's what I'm saying though. You can't really fake having cancer.
You can exaggerate how bad it is. I don't know. You keep changing doctors until they say it's a really bad cancer.
Yeah, this is the worst cancer ever. Well, you can't fake having it though, so whatever. Let him.
That's right. Yeah, he probably has cancer. Yep, probably won't hear from him then anymore. Then.
Yeah. His fame is done.
Yeah, that didn't last too long.
No. Although, well, to be fair, they came out with like the second season of Tiger King. They'll still probably come out with a third one with updates.
Really? Because the second one it was not very memorable.
It was good info. Good info,
Yeah, it
but
was
like
basically, did he kill that one guy? Did she actually kill that one guy? And the answer was, we don't know.
right. Yeah, that's the problem. Inconclusive.
Yes, inconclusive. It's hard to make more documentaries on that.
Right. That was kind of the problem with that one. It just wasn't any.
Yeah, it didn't have enough Joe Exotic in it. He's the fun one.
Right. Kind of hard to have him in that when he's in federal prison. I think half of what they had of him was just him on the phone talking to them. That was a crazy time, though. It doesn't seem like it was only 3 years ago, though. Does it seem like that to you? It seems like it was kind of so much like closer.
It just seems like so much has changed because of it.
Yeah,
there's the pre-COVID world and the post-COVID world. It's the closest thing to I'd say it's even bigger than 9/11 was. Where
yeah, because that's a global effect.
Yeah.
I think that's why it seems so far away, because so much has changed in the world because of it. And I don't think that has stopped, right? Like, we're still feeling those after effects.
That's why you have a remote job, probably.
Yeah, true. That's why a lot of people actually have a remote job. It's kind of sad, though, that that's true.
Yeah, that it actually took that to actually change things.
Right.
That should have probably been changed 50 years... Well, not 50, but,
Yeah, I was going to say 50 years ago.
We could have done that. 20 years ago, we could have easily done remote work.
I'd say, like, reliably, maybe 10 or 15 years ago. Because 20 years ago, like, were we really going to be able to Zoom and stuff all the time?
No, but most of the shit can be done over email.
Yeah, that's true. That's really good. Most jobs can be. Or a chat messaging system.
Yeah. You really don't need that.
We could have done this shit back with ICQ, dude.
Or just with like phones. Like, you don't need meetings. You just need phones, because you don't really need to see the other person. You never did.
That's you're making really good points. It would be different, but yeah, we probably
could have done it 50 years ago, because we fucking had phones then. You did not.
It would have been more difficult, but there's probably just less jobs 50 years ago that would have lent themselves well to that.
Yeah. You actually needed a file cabinet people could share, rather than having them digitally stored on a computer.
Exactly. Where you could just access
20 years
them.
ago, you could definitely have distributed files.
Yes. Oh, and I watched this video. I forget. You've probably seen the YouTuber. He makes like a lot of like Roman history videos, or history videos, period, where they're like animated little figures with like little circle heads. I don't know how to describe it, but they're like little circle heads. Like
little circle heads.
Like little. They're not stick figures when he animates them, but like.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they're like little almost triangles with a circle head for people. But anyways.
Okay.
He made a video talking about like the history of work. And apparently for like the longest time, humans mostly worked like 4 to 8 hours a day. But then usually the next day it would be like a 2-hour work day. And like this was like a common cycle where it'd be like a hard work day followed by like not as much work. Yeah.
Yeah. And changed in the Industrial Revolution?
Yeah, I forget the years it started to change. One of the big things where things really started to change was when like clocks and stuff were more readily available. And here's talking about like when people actually had clocks in the factories and stuff, how like the owners would like manipulate the clock all the time. Like it would pause, like they would have it set to pause every now and then to just gain extra minutes of work.
Jesus.
And then they would have it to where like sometimes they would set it back every now and then, like all kinds of just like time manipulation to get more work out of your workers, right? And then basically the invention of the pocket watch is what stopped that. Because workers would be able to like, wait a second.
Hold on.
Hold up. But also like, it sounded like, man, some of the things that would happen during like these workers, once like that was implemented and we started to get more like capitalist society and like big capitalists like controlling their workers, things like legislation where if like a worker was late, they would be fined by like the government for being late.
Really?
Yeah. Like actual legislation for this. Yeah.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of this was due to workers would be showing up late because they were used to that like come in when you feel like it attitude, work your 4 to 6 hours and then leave. And then the next day you only work 2 hours.
Yeah.
And like the only reason we have a weekend is a lot of times workers just didn't feel like coming in on on a couple days, and it usually like Saturday, Sunday, and it wasn't really businesses that created the work weekend. It was workers who just naturally stopped working after about 5 days and rested for a couple days.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also, like, a big difference, too, was workers back then. So I think you started in the... God, what was the age? What are the ages? Like, Bronze Age?
Yeah, Bronze Age.
What's after that?
Iron Age.
Keep going. We're not there yet.
After the Iron Age?
Iron Age.
The Axial Age?
I'm not sure what it was. Anyways, it was one of the maybe kind of around like medieval-ish times.
Okay,
medieval. I would think.
Yeah, then I guess after Bronze Age.
I felt like it was named after a metal still.
I think there's just bronze and iron, right?
I don't know. It wasn't bronze.
Copper.
Copper? No.
Bronze, iron, and copper. Those are the 3 ages.
Huh. I'll have to watch it again because I don't remember it being one of those. But anyways, it was during one of those periods. A lot of people, half the reason they worked is the employer was provided food while you worked. And so they didn't have that was like half of the incentive, right? And then back then, what did you have? Like you didn't have like all this shit to buy, right? You just needed work or food and a place to live. So like your money could go to a place to live and you're pretty much set.
No, I need a handbag.
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of the joke is like people weren't trying to get their Gucci back in the day. Like we didn't have the consumerism yet.
Yeah.
Which I think is a great argument because I know you're more for capitalism.
Yeah.
And I still think, not that I'm
making you work, man.
What's that?
No one's making you work. You can still just buy your food and a place to live, and that's it. And then go home.
Right. But my point, I think that's fine. People can still do that. I think we still have problems with capitalism where once enough people gather enough wealth, they can basically control the population or get away with things they really shouldn't be able to make more money.
I'm sure that's true.
Well, we know that's true, right? We know there's been evidence, not even evidence, there's been stories like car companies being like, oh yeah, there's a flaw in this car, but like the cost of this lawsuits we'll get after releases and get sued from people dying costs less than us having to remake these cars. So let's just take the lawsuits if they come.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's happened multiple times in different ways.
Yeah, but there's also I mean that's bad, but it's not that bad. I mean, like building a lot of things, people die, right?
What?
Like there are costs to having things.
Yeah.
Right? Like so many people died building the Hoover Dam. People die
Right.
at their job all the time. You go, okay.
Right. My
There's
point
a
is,
certain amount of risk.
capitalism
certain
is
amount
the
of money
best
to-
idea so far, and I think we're to the
Yeah.
point where we need to. How do we minimize all the other problems with capitalism now? That's my point. Is obviously capitalism is better for most people because the people that aren't doing great in capitalism are still pretty much fed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You know, I think the worst part is the capitalism can just pay off the government. That's when it gets bad.
Right, which is what we're basically at now, right? Is there
Yeah.
any argument that we're not basically controlled by the giant corporations?
Capitalists paying off the governments.
Yeah.
No. Not really.
And that's my point of like, what's the next step? And how do first off, how do you stop that? That's the problem with capitalism too.
Riot.
Right, but they have money
Break
to
something,
hire
Zach.
people
Go
to
break
stop
something.
it.
What's that?
They have the money to stop all that, right? You're kind of
Nope,
back
burn the money.
to burn the money. The only thing we have, I think, is striking and unions, which you're slowly starting to see a lot more
You
of.
gotta go full killdozer, Zach.
I love Killdozer.
That's the solution. There's gotta be enough killdozers.
I actually put a reminder on my phone to have a happy Killdozer day. Because one day I want to actually celebrate Killdozer Day,
That's actually not a bad idea. We should have a killdozer day.
right?
A National Killdozer Day.
I'm for
hear me?
it. Yeah, I'm for it. We should celebrate individuals, especially since he killed
And that should
nobody
be, like,
but
the Internet
himself.
Celebration Day, right? Like,
I love it. Yes.
yeah, I think that could spread on the internet as Killdozer Day.
I think it kind of already is on the internet, just not as big as
Killdozer
it should
Day?
be.
What do you do for Killdozer Day?
You go level a bank.
You should at least go kick a government building or something.
Yeah, go pee on government buildings.
Uh-huh.
That's a great question. What would you do for Killdozer Day? Like, if you actually had it, what would be the way to celebrate
Killdozer
it?
Day. Make cookies that are shaped like the Killdozer.
I don't know. It needs to be a tabletop miniatures game that's Killdozer versus a city, and you just play that.
What do you remember Killdozer, right, Chloe?
Yeah, I remember that.
What would you do for National Killdozer Day?
Like, what would you celebrate? Like, what would you do?
Like, I would think it'd have to be something anti-corruption.
I feel like you just don't
Yeah,
work,
great.
right?
Yeah.
Set a lottery system for all the government employee.
You murk
And,
one.
whoever draws the top 10
Uh-huh.
show their incomes in W-2s and
That's not a bad idea.
That's I
they
like
get
it.
audited.
Yeah.
Like audit. Oh, that okay. Here could be the thing. Okay, kind of like Chloe said, but there should be like a what do you call that? The GoFundMe to get like detectives or investigators to actually try to find 10 random employees if they're corrupt.
I love it.
Something like that.
And it has to be like big enough to where like you're doing it to local officials and state officials.
Yeah.
That's a day. That's a day I can get behind.
Yeah, Killdozer Day sounds pretty nice.
That's a day that people need to get behind. I mean, it's kind of weird saying what do you do for that day though. Like Columbus Day's coming up. What do you do for Columbus Day? Nobody does anything for Columbus Day.
Well, I think you should go and kick a Native American.
Kick them in the shin. Ah!
But like,
Give a-
and you should go to their house and do it. And like, this is my house now.
I was gonna say give them a blanket.
Other than say you should get a piece of paper that says, "This is my house now," and you should say, "Sign it."
Sign it. Sign the paper. It's mine.
Here's some beads. You throw it at him.
I'm gonna need
"That's
you
a
to
deal."
move a little to the west now. Thank you.
There's a dump over there. You can live there. Fair trade. That
Fair
compensates you.
Put a trash can next to the house. That one's your house now. I'm gonna take this one. But we have a lot of holidays like that where you don't really do anything.
Yeah,
like
President's Day, you should just go lie your ass off about everything.
That was another good point Dan Carlin had, where he was talking about like Japanese and how like he's supposed to like their emperor, I guess at the time, is like seen as a god and has all these things, but when we're taught about George Washington, we're taught like he never lied and all this other bullshit that is like super abilities that he obviously didn't have.
He's 6'7", fucking killing for fun.
Yeah, right. Like. There's a lot of
you saw
like
the video, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
Killed
talking
the
about.
children, but not the British children. He killed a sensei, and he never said why.
I feel like that might have been where that video was
stupid shit. But that's like you teach that to 6-year-olds.
But why? Why was that a thing?
I don't know. It's weird that I'm pretty sure we did learn shit like that, even though it's stupid.
I also think with the internet, maybe it's going away.
Yeah.
Or like tell a 10-year-old. And George Washington never lied.
But you don't want to go to the 6-year-old and be like, and he owned black people, and sometimes he beat them when they didn't do things right. like, that's not a conversation for a 6-year-old.
Yeah, but you don't also have to say he never told a lie.
He never told a lie.
Just say like yeah, he was the first president. You don't really need much else.
You know the whitest kid you know speech?
Oh, the assassinating a president? Which one?
Well, there's a skit where he goes in and he starts talking to a kindergarten class about his job being an actor, and then one of the kids is like, "What do you want to do?" And one of the kids is like, "I want to be an astronaut." They're like, "Oh yeah, that's good. One day you could be the first one to go to the moon." And they're like, "No, somebody already did go to the moon." It's like, "No, that's not real." Then he goes into this whole conspiracy theory, like he's like, and see the wind here. See the
oh my god, I have to watch
wind?
this skit.
And then it like cuts to him like giving all the conspiracies for the 9/11 stuff. The little kids.
Oh, I miss Whitest Kids You Know. That was such a good skit.
I know.
Good skits with them. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the one where he's talking about it's illegal to say.
Oh, say
to kill the president. Someone should kill the president.
Yeah.
Totally illegal.
Yeah. Even more illegal to show a diagram.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. What else is going on in the world?
Do you have any news, Chloe?
I just saw news on the internet. There was a delivery guy in Virginia, food delivery guy.
Food delivery guy, okay.
And he was harassed by a YouTube prankster.
Oh, the dude that shot the dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit
I'd
was
vote
funny.
innocent for sure.
They did vote innocent.
No, he got discharging
acquitted.
an arm in public or something.
No, but he got not guilty
Light
for
charge.
like manslaughter.
Yeah, he's self-defense.
Yeah.
I would have even given him off on that one.
Yeah, you'd be like
discharging, because I mean, like he shot safely. He wasn't shooting. It was for self-defense.
Yeah, he shot pretty clearly where he needed to.
Yeah, I feel like that's not a real charge. I mean, it was self-defense. If it's self-defense, then you can defend yourself in public, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why was he? But look, as long as he's not found guilty on something crazy like manslaughter, I'm for it.
I'm a little sad that the YouTuber survived.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I'm really sad because there's videos of him goofing off after the trial of the guy being found not guilty. You're like, oh man, this guy needs to get fucking shot again. You think getting shot in the stomach would be enough? Like one time would teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
Maybe after everybody makes fun of you for getting shot in the stomach and doesn't care that you got shot in the stomach.
Yeah. 12 people of your peers were like, yeah, we're pretty okay with the guy that shot you.
Yeah. Yeah. He was kind of justified, my guy.
Yeah. That was crazy. They showed, I guess they showed it because there was no blood because he used just a real small caliber gun.
Yeah,
Shoot
well, he
him.
also shot
But
him
that
in the
fucker went down real
stomach.
quick.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
shot him in the stomach, and he had, like, shirt on, so, like, he just kind of fell right over. There's not much to show.
Yeah.
It happened so fast, too. He's just like...
And you know where? That happened in Texas. That's also a big reason why the guy was not that much in trouble.
They're like, yeah, that guy was really
Okay.
fucking annoying.
I
In
bet
fact-
if you did that here in California, you're going to prison for a long time.
Right. I'd be like, in fact, like, sir, we're going to let you shoot him again. Bring him up.
Yes, I would like that jury to go. The jury has found not only the guy innocent. We also strongly suggest he goes and shoot the guy. I believe outside the courtroom. Here's the gun.
We actually find the other guy guilty of being
We grant you
annoying.
3 more shots.
Yeah. Anywhere from waist down or arms. Oh my god. That reminds me of a statistic I heard, and I haven't fact checked this, but I want you to Google it because I can
Okay.
see it being true. That
Uh-huh.
delivery drivers have a higher fatality rate in their job than police officers.
Yeah, no shit. Depends on where they go.
So like Lyft and Uber and all those people. So I'm curious if that's true.
Delivery drivers made up 1,000.
Say what?
Yeah, apparently it's pretty high.
For delivery drivers?
Uh-huh.
What is their fatality rate? Why are they dying so much?
When the beers... Probably because they drive more than cops.
That's what I was wondering, if it was just like they get in accidents more.
Yeah, I think they just drive a lot. Driving's unsafe, man. I don't think you realize, like...
Oh no, I
like-
realize.
Yeah, the things we do every day, what is the most unsafe thing? Probably driving.
No,
by
I
far.
totally realize that. That's one of the
I
reasons
mean-
I'm most happy about getting a remote job is the
Yeah.
people driving around here is fucking insane.
Yeah, I hate fucking driving. I know it's an unsafe thing at all times. I mean...
I'm a super defensive driver, and also like my current job right now, I have to drive a lot.
Yeah.
It like the things I see people do while driving, I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
this is absurd.
Yeah, most premature deaths.
Yeah. Also,
Mostly either drugs or driving.
yeah, it's also just since COVID gotten worse. Once again, that's one of the
Yeah,
things
yeah.
I've noticed since COVID. The driving is just
that's
more
actually
atrocious.
a real statistic.
Yeah, I know.
Is,
I was in the business. That's why I quit that job.
Huh.
It's dude, like for instance, you know how like the light turns yellow and you're trying to turn left, and then once it turns red, you have to like you go after that because you're in the intersection. That's the only time you can go.
Yeah.
Sometimes the car behind you goes, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with them. Dude, I've seen like
Yeah.
4 cars go.
That's
on there.
retarded.
Yeah, it's just like it's insane. It's like it feels like anarchy on the streets sometimes in Columbus.
Huh.
I don't know if California's the same, but in Columbus, it definitely feels more like anarchy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the setup's a bit different. Because I don't do that many left turns where I have to drive out into the middle of the lane.
That's
Right,
a
I think
lot in
it's-
Columbus, where you have to kind of
Yeah,
get
but
into
I
the
feel
middle.
like it's so crowded that every left turn has its own light.
Oh,
Yeah, it's too populated. So you don't have that thing anymore where you have to drive it. Because now that you talk about it, I know what you're talking about, but I haven't done that in a long time.
yeah, that's and it's times I get it because like the lights in Columbus are so like poorly made, like they make you impatient.
Yeah.
But that's not the worst of it. Like I've seen multiple times on my drive home where people will fly into oncoming traffic to pass somebody that's going slow, so they'll go past like double yellows into oncoming traffic to get past somebody because they're just that person's driving a little too slow for them.
Yeah, those people annoy me too.
Yeah, it's like Jesus Christ, let's just
like
risk everyone's life.
Somebody is too slow for me, and they have to be pretty slow for that for me. I will just curse and
right.
Slow person. I'm not gonna do anything stupid.
There's been multiple shootings in Columbus too from like road rage incidents like recently.
Huh.
So I just take my sweet ass time in Columbus. People want to go around me, that's cool. You go around me. I am in defensive mode around these fucking drivers.
Yeah.
Well, anything else? We can keep this one short and sweet.
Yeah, what other news we got, Chloe? Who else shooting who else? Not a lot of shootings recently.
No.
It's almost boring.
Almost none. Or at least
Zach,
none
you're
that...
in the post office. Don't you want to go postal?
Isn't that funny that used to be a thing, but now you don't... Like,
Yeah,
that's...
now it's never.
That would be like a non-story if one person went postal and killed somebody. Unless they got a high kill count. But that used to be such
Did the post
a...
office really make you want to kill people? Was it that bad of a job?
I mean, I like I said, I like the actual work. But like the hours they give you is just too much. I could see it if you worked inside. Because you're just like, if you're inside like a clerk or something, you're just sorting letters every day or sorting mail every day. It's just like a factory job, right? It's just the same thing over and over and over and over.
Yeah, maybe those are the ones that snapped.
I think it was because they killed people inside their building, right?
Yeah.
Where like actually delivering the mail, like you get to go outside. Like I like being outside and
those people
getting
snap
exercise.
and they just killed dogs.
That's it. I'm tired of these motherfucking dogs. Let's see. Is there anything else in the news? Let's get at least one more news story. If
Yeah,
there's
we can get
anything
one more
in
news story. Yeah.
It's not anything crazy happening though. I think it's about to get crazy in 2024 though with the news cycle.
Yeah, the election cycle.
Yeah, election cycle coming up. Oh,
it's usually what makes people crazy.
We need to talk about Tupac Shakur.
I don't know what happened with Tupac Shakur. Oh, somebody was arrested.
Yeah, someone was arrested for the killing of him.
Who?
I'm sorry? What'd you say?
Who? Like, is it, like, actually well proven? Like, they know?
Well, I don't think they would be allowed to arrest him if they didn't have enough evidence. I mean, they would be allowed to arrest him, but... Yeah, some guy was...
Murder after 30 years.
Apparently it's a guy who's, like, admitted to it and bragged about it for a long time. And they finally, like, built up enough evidence against him. Like, they reopened the case in 2018.
Uh-huh.
And so there's been this guy who's bragged about it for a long enough time that they wanted to investigate him, but they didn't have any evidence. And when they reopened it, they think they had enough evidence against him.
Interesting.
But the guy's like 65 now. At that point, like, you've gotten away with it.
Yeah, you kind of got away with it. That's what I always felt about Bill Cosby.
Right?
The dude's like 70-something. Like, he got away with the rapes. If you get to rape for 40 years without consequence, you kind of got away with it.
That's what I'm saying. If I came up to you and there's somebody you really want to kill, like there's somebody you hate so much you want to kill. Not that I know anybody that I hate that much, but there is somebody that you hate that much. And I'd be like, look, you can kill this person and we won't arrest you until you're 65.
I'm like,
all right, fuck this motherfucker. He's gone.
We're out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he got away with it. Like, and not just killing somebody.
I'd ask, is there any more people on my list I can get rid of?
Yeah, like...
You won't get me for 30 years.
You're like, just one?
Just this one guy?
Just one? That's all I get? Can I get a couple?
One freebie.
Bill Cosby sure upped them numbers.
Yeah. He got about 40 rapes before they cared.
That's only the ones that came out, to be fair.
Yeah.
I got a feeling it was maybe that many a year.
Yeah, I'm sure there were ones that didn't want to tell people they got raped.
Yeah, that's
by
what I'm
the
saying.
guy that talked about Jell-O.
Yeah.
I got raped by the Jello guy.
Dude, somebody brought up a Bill Cosby joke the other day. I'm like, I don't think I can like bring up. I don't think you're supposed to bring up Bill Cosby jokes anymore, dude. It's kind of awkward in a.
I can still laugh at Louis C.K. jokes.
Yeah.
But Cosby would have been far.
Yeah, he was talking about. I don't know if you remember his stand up when his kids want like cake or whatever.
Yeah, the
ice
cake
cream
for breakfast.
Yeah, something like that.
Because it's got eggs in it, it's got flour.
Yeah,
He wasn't a bad comedian. They're clever.
No, it was a good joke, but the dude brought it up at work, and I'm like, I don't. That's probably not the appropriate one to bring up. I almost want to be like, do you know like the Bill Cosby story here?
He brings that up. He brings up, oh, do you remember that Bill Cosby joke? And he's like, do you remember he raped like 40 women?
Yeah.
Drugged them?
Do you remember
and
that great Hitler
act
joke?
Like holier than thou act
right.
for 40 years.
Yeah, exactly. But it really is like, hey man, do you remember that great Hitler line? What was it?
He said that thing in that speech one. Yeah, if you say that,
yeah.
people will, like, no matter how good the line was, they'll be like, you know Hitler's speeches?
You know a Hitler quote? He's just a few steps suspicious. Back. That's what I'm saying.
Be investigated soon.
Like, look, man, I get Bill Cosby did have some fire jokes, but we're probably not quoting those anymore. You can't go around talking about the Jello.
It is the discrepancy between his public image and what he was actually doing.
Yeah, that's what makes it so
large, it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's what makes it so nefarious.
At some point, I really think we're going to find out Mr. Rogers was a serial killer.
Isn't that a thing? Like
Is he? It is a thing? Oh,
not a serial killer, but like he was in like the Marines or something and had to kill like a lot of people, and that's why he's like changed his demeanor.
But that's not a bad thing. He's actually still a nice guy.
I mean, he killed a bunch of people.
You're talking about the wrong person. That's
is that
Bob Ross. Bob Ross was in the Marines. Yes, that's why he's so nice on screen, because he didn't like yelling anymore.
Am I conflating these two?
Yes, he was
who is it?
A drill sergeant or something. Bob Ross.
Oh, Bob Ross. Yes, I am conflating it with Bob Ross. Yeah,
a lot, and that's why he's so.
That's why he's so calm.
He really didn't like doing that. He was like making up for it by just being overly sweet.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm pretty sure
I am thinking of him.
Mr. Rogers was a serial killer.
He's
gonna make like what is it? John Wayne Gacy look like, you know. like nothing.
Look, man, is it not always creepy if somebody's like that nice or weird? Like you always
bit, like
have
they're overcompensating for what's really going on.
That's why I think about a lot of religious people are a little too religious. I'm like, hold on, what skeletons you got in your closet?
Literal skeletons.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I just have Bobby and Larry.
Few children.
What
age group are you looking for?
What? You want some bones? I got some bones.
Playgrounds full of them in there.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, I would be interested to hear like the story behind Mr. Rogers.
They have like a couple movies about him. I've never watched them, but I know there's like one documentary and one where I think is it Tom Hanks plays him, maybe?
Yeah, Tom Hanks. Yep.
Yeah, I've never watched them, but
I might have to watch the actual.
We never watched Mr. Rogers when we were kids, so
no.
I wasn't as interested.
I am interested just to see like how does a person get to be that person.
Yeah.
It could like did he have like such a nice childhood with like zero problems, or was it like the worst fucking childhood ever type thing, and he like rubber band effect?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, that's our homework. Watch Mr. Rogers documentary.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Report back.
Mm-hmm. And all the hints that he really is secretly a serial killer.
Oh, dude, that's the conspiracy theory we could start.
I think that's a good one.
Well, yeah, I think it is. Maybe on the next episode, that's what we do.
Everyone's covering it up.
Yeah, we start the Mr. Rogers as a serial killer conspiracy. I think we could get some traction with that one. Like
I'd rather start Killdozer Day.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Killdozer Day would be great. All right, well that's it for tonight then.
All right, sounds good.
Do your homework. Watch Mr. Rogers' documentary and somehow convince the government to make Killdozer Day.
Will do. All right.
Start change.
Later.
All right, later.